We choose the crab, miss, please.
The crab. And then are you going to be the one, Ismael?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. And this is only just to know who is in which team. Obviously, everyone in the team, it's more than welcome to open their mics, okay? Don't feel like, oh, I'm not the one who represents the team and I'm not going to be able to participate. Of course you will. It's just a matter of representing. Number 3, team 3.
Team number 3, I'm gonna be the leader, and we are gonna choose the fonts.
Okay. Excellent. So this is Jonathan, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So team 3. Thank you. And team number 4.
I'm one of the team leader. We have the dolphin.
The dolphin.
Yes.
All right. So team number 4. Then we have Pablo. And we will save it. Okay. So here are my 4 teams. All right, guys. The rules. What are the rules? Well, this is a review, as you can see, units 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there's even a random category that has nothing to do with the topics. It's just general questions about, just general. We're gonna go ahead and start like with team 1, then team 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Obviously, if you get the answer incorrect, I won't give you any points. If you get it correct, obviously you're gonna have your points. If you kind of gave it but not completely, maybe can be considered some points deducted, depending on how much information you were missing. I tried last times that I had played this with another groups. I have tried to kind of still, in case that one team it's not able to answer or doesn't know the answer, from some other team to get it. Unfortunately, there were people that were raising their hands even before showing the question. So that was kind of not fair for all the teams, right? So in order to get rid of that, I'll just go, for example, if team 2 doesn't answer, I will go with team 3 and then team 4 and then team 1. So depending which one it is, I will go to the following. Again, if team 4 doesn't answer, I will go with team 1, then team 2, 3, and so on. Okay? So that way we can have a better control of the participations and not stealing everyone's points. One other thing, here on the top right corner, there will be some timing. So each question will have some time to answer. If it's not answered on that exact time, we will go with the next team to answer your question, okay? This is for obviously giving everyone the opportunity to answer whatever question it's missing. You will have like 3 seconds to read the question and then 30 seconds to respond it. So try to be very attentive, and people from your team, be also attentive to the leaders in case that you see that your leader is kind of doubting about the answer. You can go ahead and jump in and tell us what the answer is. Don't forget to maybe raise your hand just to confirm that you are from that team. So I don't know if you have questions about this. Have you played
Actually,
with
yeah,
it?
Miss, I have one. So for this activity, it's you choose the team. or we fight for the opportunity to answer?
No, actually, I will be going in order. Like we will start with team one, then the second team, then the third one, and so on. So that way we don't have to be kind of fighting.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. And yes, I mean, at the end, this is more to kind of review everything we've been looking at. And it is a good way to even test yourselves on how much did you get from the lessons. Give me just 1 second, guys. All right, I'm sorry. It's because I had to get my charger. I didn't notice that my battery was running low. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin then. If you haven't played, maybe you are very familiar, maybe not. But if I go with team one will tell me unit 5, unit 6, 7, 8 random. And for 300 or 200, whatever you decide, okay? So we're gonna start with team number 1. Go ahead and choose.
Okay, Miss, we choose Unit 6, 200.
Okay, unit 6, 200. There you go. So here's the timing that I was kind of mentioning. So
Okay, so our problem is, or your one problem is, there's so much traffic, and the solution is that people can use bicycles for reduce all this traffic and the pollution.
okay, don't forget to use a quantifier with the solution.
Okay, use more bicycles.
Instead of more, remember that's not necessarily a quantifier. So anyone from team 1 wants to help?
Me, the quantifier is a lot of bicycles and a little cars or a few cars.
Okay. And this is Armando, right? All right. So yes. So obviously the answers may vary on the actual quantifier that you're using or problem. But yes, remember quantifiers, right? We have, and well, I'll leave it on hold because there will be one question about the quantifiers. So let's continue. So team number 1, let's go with team 2. Team number 2. Choose a category and a number.
All right, Miss. We choose 100 for Unit 5.
Okay, Unit 5, 100. So mention one expression to give surprising news and one for reacting with surprise. Okay, go ahead, Omar.
Okay, from team 2, giving a surprise news is like I had a real surprise this morning, and reacting with surprise could be you're kidding, or also are you serious?
Excellent. Yes. So there you go. I had a real surprise this morning. Are you serious? You're kidding? Is that true? Etc. etc. We have many of them. Thank you so much. So team 2, let's go with team 3.
Okay, I'm gonna choose the Unit 7, 200.
200. Okay. So your guys kind of taking it easy. What do we use for actions that happen regularly in the past but do not happen now? Also used for states that were true in the past but not true anymore. So what do we do, or what do we choose or use for those actions? Two seconds, one. Any answer?
The used to, I don't know.
Yes. So we use, right? Okay, excellent. Next one, team number 4. What are you choosing, team number 4?
Okay, we choose 500 on random.
500 random, okay. Let's see what it has here. Which popular TV show featured House Targaryen and Stark?
I think it's Game of Thrones.
Yes. Excellent. Game of Thrones. And it's a very good good series though. It's actually not that I would say only entertaining, but it's very interesting, like all the stories and everything that goes on. Okay, so that was our first round. Let's go to the second one. Let's start with team 1.
Unit 8, 500.
Look at you. So unit 8, 500. Let's see. What is the difference between present and perfect continuous?
Present perfect is for actions that done in the past, and the present perfect continuous is for action that doesn't end in the past. And the difference between the structures are in present perfect, it's subject, have or has, then the past participle, and the complement. In the present perfect continuous is subject, have or has, plus been, plus verb with ing and the complement.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So excellent job, team 1. So yes, remember present perfect, it's focused more on finished, things that are done, things that are a result of, and present perfect continuous, it's things that started in the past but still goes on in the present. And then we have the structures as David mentioned. So have or has plus the past participle for present perfect. And for present perfect continuous, have or has, been, and then verb ing. Obviously, along with the complement. Good job. Let's continue. Team number 2.
We choose 500 for Unit 5.
Look at you guys. You are kind of taking the risk. So 500, Unit 5. Let's see. What's the difference between simple past and past continuous? Also give an example that connects both tenses. And sorry for the D. It should be give an example instead of and. So what about that, team number 2? Omar, go for it.
Okay, so I remember simple past is to show a completed action, and the past continues to show an event in progress. And an example to that connects both tenses. Oh, I don't know an example, but simple past and past continuous, that is what I just said.
An example for simple past can be she looked everywhere, and for past continuous, it could be I was looking for someone, or I was looking for my phone.
All right. Okay. I'll take it. So that was team 2. So yes, simple remember it's for actions that are completed, and they can even serve as interrupters of the progress, right? Which is the past continuous, which is something that intervenes of some events that show progress. So an example that I had is I was washing dishes when the phone rang. So I was doing something in progress, but then suddenly something had interrupted. All right, let's continue then. Team number 3.
All right. 300, Unit 6.
Okay, so 306. What are quantifiers? What quantifiers we use for countable only? And what are the ones for non-countable? And what quantifiers do we use for both? So what is it?
All right. The quantifiers are the adjectives that we can use to well, qualify any items, and then but with count nouns, a few, several, so many. With non-count nouns, we have a little, very little, and so much. And to both, it's a lot of.
Awesome. Excellent. Perfect. So this is team number 3, right? Thank you so much. It tells us of how many, how much there is of something, right? They can be, we know, countable or non-countable. The quantifiers used for countable, a few, several, many, and non-countable, a little, very little, and much. But for both, we can use a lot of and also some. Okay, let's continue. Next team, team number 4.
Okay, we choose the 500 and unit 6.
Okay, 500 unit 6. Let's see. Mention 3 relief expressions and 3 concern expressions. So 3 and 3.
Okay. I remember. Okay. Okay, that was a hard question. Okay, if I remember, we use, for example, for relief. Um, I'm so relieved. I I was for example, I was really worried about you. I'm glad to hear that. For concern um, expressions, for example, can be was everything okay? Are are you okay or are you alright? And the last one can be, for example, um, do you can be are you okay or something like that?
All right. Excellent. So to show concern, I think, yeah, that those will be very good expressions for that one. So that's a relief. Glad to hear that. Such a relief. Are you all right? I was really worried. Is there anything wrong? And the list may continue, right? We have bunch of many phrases that we could use for either or. So let's go with the next round. So now we have team 4 on the top. With 1,000, we have team number 2, and then team 1, and then team 2, and then team 3. Let's continue then to the next round. Team number 1, go for it.
Number 1.
Yes, now it's your turn.
Okay. We choose random 400.
Random 400. And this is for comics. I will have to specify. So 10 seconds. And I'm so sorry, Claudia?
It stands for Detective Comics.
Yes, excellent. So, Detective Comics. Thank you so much. And sorry about not seeing you before, but now we have it. All right, let's continue then. Team number 2.
500 for unit 7.
Okay, here we go. What are the 4 types of profiles that you had to choose on one on the presentations, and what was each one about? So remember the time that we were doing presentations? What were the 4 profiles? So Omar.
Okay, so the 4 profiles was rock, and it means our tastes never change. Another one was a chameleon. Your tastes keep changing. Other one was onion. I think yes, you keep all of your old tastes and also get some new ones. And the last one is the tree, which it means you keep some of your old tastes but lose others. Oh, and also you get new tastes.
Excellent. Okay. So yes, basically rock, onion, tree, chameleon. And then we were discussing and identifying ourselves. I actually found some teams that were there was a lot of variation. I got a team that was like two rock and then two trees. No, two onions, was it? But there was a variety. It was surprising also because I did this activity last semester and I was surprised that one team actually had the four people from the team had all of them the same. So there was a lot of variety in this group. Excellent. Let's continue then. Team number 3.
You need 7 for 400.
All right. So what are the 7 elements that were added on the movie review? Remember that we did a movie review? What were the 7 elements that you had to discuss about? Wendy.
These ones were name, score, picture of the poster, a summary, what I like it, what I dislike it, comments or something like that. Yeah, I think it's that.
Okay, 2 things are missing. So name or title of the movie, the rating, which is the stars, things that you like, things that you dislike, summary. But then there are 2 more.
My favorite part, the setting, main characters, title, movie rating, summary, what I liked, what I disliked.
Yes, excellent. So it was the setting, movies rating, maybe the profile I should have had. The characters also can be also part of the elements. Okay. But yes, mentioned all of them, even more. Let's go with the next one. So team number 4.
We chose 400 and unit 8.
400 unit 8. Mention 2 expressions that you search aside from the ones mentioned on class and tell us the meanings.
Okay, the expressions. One of the expressions that I searched was break a leg. That the meaning is when you want to say to good luck to someone, and other one can be hit a sack. The meaning is when you see someone that is very tired, you can say to that person and to hit the sack and in the window say that person go to the bed.
Okay, so get some sleep, right?
Mhm.
Excellent. And well, very obvious. So let's continue. So this was our third round, and team one, team two are kind of on a tie, and then team four, it's kind of the first one. So let's keep it up. Team number one, which one would you like to choose?
We choose 400 from Unit 5.
All right, let's see. In what forms do we use did when using simple past? So remember we talked about did and when should we use the word in simple past, in what forms? Which were they?
Can be was, were, or instead of did, it's the verb in past. And in a negative form can be didn't.
Like tenses, like the structures, but I'm talking more
Miss, I think your audio cut off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it took me out of her a little bit. All right, so I was saying that it is not about structures, but it's more about the form, not necessarily talking about the tenses. So we are talking about the simple past, but in what forms do we use the word did when using the simple past? So let's go with team number two. See what you have.
We use did in negative form and question form.
Yes, there you go. So yeah, remember, when we use the simple past, and whenever we use the simple past, we have to consider that did, it's not used for affirmative sentences. It is only for negative and question form. Sometimes we will find sentences saying like, did you do your homework? And then you say, yes, I did. Even though it sounds affirmative, it's just an answer to the question form of the simple past. There could be other cases in which we can say, I did the dishes or I did the homework. However, in this case, did, it's only being used as a verb, right? A verb in the past, because remember, even though that there is an auxiliary verb, meaning that it's a helper, whenever we are in affirmative form for simple past, we don't use the auxiliary verb did. We use the main verb did, but not necessarily the auxiliary verb. Okay. Hopefully this, and if it does confuse you, let me know so I can provide you with more examples. But yeah, it will be only for the negative or question form. So team number two, now's your turn.
We choose 400 for unit 6.
There you go. What do we use to introduce or make a strong point when writing a comment or opinion? So time's up. What about that one, team number 2? When we were doing like a writing assignment, we mentioned about something that we do to introduce or make a strong point on some comment or opinion that we give. What was it? If not, let's go with team number 3.
I think it is an informal writing or formal writing to post giving our point of view.
Not necessarily informal or formal writing. There was this particular thing that we used to kind of emphasize something or introduce more the point. So if not, let's go with team number 4.
I think it could be the topic.
Not the topic. Not necessarily the topic. It's something that we use to kind of introduce whatever we're going to comment or give an opinion on, or something that it's going to be about, just to make a strong point. So let's go with team number 1. Let's see if you have it.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's using the conditionals for situation and reasons and consequence.
Okay, the conditionals. All right. Well, I will go with Daniela, and if not, we will see what it was. So Daniela, go for it.
Maybe adverbs of manner.
Not necessarily. Annelies?
I think maybe you can say first, for example, it is my understanding that, and then your opinion.
Okay, more like transition work, I think that's what you mean, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Do you give up? We have Jonathan and then Ismael.
Asking questions. We often ask questions.
Yes, we ask questions, remember. So, whenever we want to make a point or introduce a topic, remember that we can ask questions, and asking questions as a comment or as an opinion will give this kind of connection with the reader to think about, like, Have you ever felt this way when this or this happens? And then you're like, oh, yeah, I have felt that way. So it's kind of connecting and making the reader think even more beyond than what it's being said as a comment, right? It is kind of this connection that you're making between yourself and the reader. So that was team number 3. Let's go ahead and continue. So I think it's team number 3's turn, right? So
I
which one do
choose
you
then
choose?
Unit 8, 300.
Okay. So what were the strategies that were mentioned on the document about time management? Mention at least 3 of them. So we have Wendy. It's from the same team. Go ahead.
See, yes. To-do list. Talk with people about the team, and 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 calendar.
So maybe one more.
All right. We have, yes, as Wendy mentioned, to-do list, calendars, creating a timeline, schedules, relaxing time, build good habits, and etc. etc.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So yes, thank you so much. That was team number 3. Okay. Let's go ahead with team number 4. Team 4. You choose.
Okay. Unit 7, 300.
300. What is the structure for comparisons and what is each comparison used for?
Mm, okay. If I remember, okay, I remember we use as for comparison, and the structure can be it's to be plus as plus the verb plus as, and the other one is the sentence. We use the comparisons for um, one. Okay, I remember. Okay, we use the comparison for compare one thing over the other. For example, I have as much fun with this game than the other game, for example.
let's see. Okay, so there were two kind of structures for comparisons. So you mentioned as and then something and then as, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the other one?
Not us.
Okay. So not as and then something and then as.
Yes.
I will give you 200 points for that one because for the what is each comparison used for, it's a little bit not so in the right track. Okay, so we will give you the 200 points, and then team one, what is each comparison used for?
It can be as and as to say that two things are the same or similar, and the other is not as means the first thing is less than the second thing.
Yes, less than, right? So yes, always remember, and I will give you 100 so we can split the 300 points. Remember that in one of them, the one that is as, and then in the middle an adjective, and then as, it's for the same, right? Comparing things that are the same. And then the not as, and then the adjective and as, it's for comparing things that one is less than the other, right? So here we go. Now, this is, I think it was the fourth round, right? So we have 1,200, 150. So we have a tie between team 3 and 4. So let's see what goes next. So team 1, go for it. Pick one of the categories.
We choose 300 from Unit 5.
All right, so give the structure of simple past verb to be and the rest of the verbs. So you have to name the affirmative, the negative, and the question form for each one. In total, you have to provide me 6 types of structures. So what are those?
Okay, so the first is positive. For example, is I was I was run in the park the other day. The negative can be I wasn't run in the park the other day, and the question form is was I running in the park the other day?
Okay, and then what goes with the rest of the verbs? And maybe if you want to, and those are great examples, but just let's try to say like the subject, the verb, etc., etc.
For affirmative is subject, then it's was or were, then verb in past, and then complement. For negative form is subject, then was were, then it's not. After that is the verb and the complement. And for the question form is was or were, then the subject, then the verb, and after that the complement.
Okay, so those are the ones for the verb to be. What about the rest of the verbs? Remember that they had a different structure? What are the affirmative, negative, and question form for that?
Okay, for positive is subject, Verb with the ed is for regular, can be also irregular, plus complement for negative if subject, plus didn't, plus verb, and plus complement. And for interrogative, it's did plus subject plus complement.
Okay, and just one question. For negative and question form, is the verb in a base form or in the past?
In which one?
For the rest of the verbs, you know that you mentioned did, didn't, and then verb. So clarify if the verb is on the base form or on the negative or the past form.
It's in base form.
Base form. All right. So yes, excellent job. This was a headache, right? So yeah, we have here, remember that whenever we use the auxiliary verb did, we have to keep it on the base form, right? So great job. Thank you so much. Let's go with team number 2. What about team 2? Which one do you choose?
We choose 300 for random.
All right. How many continents are there and name all of them? Omar, go for it.
So the continents are North America and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa. I don't know how to say it in English. Oceania, and I think that's all.
Antarctica and Australia.
Yes, there you go. So it is 7, Asia, Africa, North America. Now you make me doubt out how to pronounce Oceania, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. Antarctica, Europe, and it can be either or, right? Australia or Oceania. That's a hard word. All right, so team 2 gets their points, and let's go with team 3. So we are on the very, very final. Almost to
You
the
need
end.
8. You need 8 to 100.
Excellent. So what phrase do we use to comment on a suggestion or possibility? Okay, so Wendy.
That will be something that will be great or something like that.
Yes, excellent. So that will be an adjective, right? We said that that will be great, that will be fantastic, that will be awesome, that will be horrible. Any adjective that you can imagine. So let's continue. Team number 4. What do you choose?
We choose random and 200.
Okay, random 200. Name the world's largest ocean.
The Ocean Pacific?
Yes. This is who?
Excuse me?
Who was this? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Alexis, team number 4.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes, actually it is. Pacific. The Pacific Ocean. Let's continue. So now we're heading to the last round. So everything was so oh God, kind of almost the same on every team. So let's go with team 1.
We choose 100 from Unit 8.
100 unit 8. Okay. What does variety is the spice of life mean?
It means every day can be different and that's okay. Or something like that.
Every day can be different. Not really. One more chance. If not, let's go with team number 2.
It's used to mean it's okay have a lot of different experience.
Okay. All right, I'll take that. So yes, a lot of different things that can make our life interesting. It's really good to have a little bit of everything. Okay? All right, let's continue then. Team number 2.
We choose 200 for Unit 5.
All right. What are the 4 S that we mentioned on the article, The Art of Storytelling? So, Omar.
So the 4 S's are well, the first one is simple, the second one is shared experiences, third one is to show, and the fourth one is to surprise.
Excellent. So simple, shared experiences, show, and don't tell, and then the surprise one, right? Okay. So yes, excellent job. Let's go with the next team. Team number 3.
Unit 6, well, 100.
The only one, right? So give 5 examples of adverbs of manner.
Can be angrily, safely, dangerously, correctly, beautifully, completely, loudly, clearly, calmly, etc., etc.
All right, excellent. So yeah, everything that ends with ly, right? Remember that adverbs are the combination of an adjectives and the ly ending, and that they always go after the verb, right? After the verb. All right, thank you. Let's go with the last team. So random or unit 7?
We will choose random 100.
Okay, how many weeks are in a year?
I think there's about 52.
Yes, excellent. So 50. All right, so we only got one left, and honestly, I think it will be not enough for having another round. So we're just gonna do it all together, okay? This won't count to anyone. It will just be a question that we will all answer together. So mention the 5 different types of music genres or in general. What are 5 different types? Octavio.
Well, there's rock, country music, EDM, classical, and folk.
Folk, right? Yes, thank you. And Wendy? Want to mention
I
some
was
others?
thinking in heavy metal, uh, also rock,
Heavy metal, right?
heavy metal. Hip hop. Mm, Octavio says what? Which one I wanna say? Yeah, I don't think in one more.
All right, no problem. This is just something for all of us to kind of relax a little bit. So, yes, that's it, guys. So, let's see our winner. So, our winner is Crab. Let's see, give an applause to team number 2. Let's give an applause. So, team number 2, please write down the name of the people that were kind of integrated into giving answers, options, etc. And write your names on the chat so I can give you. So for our winners, we will give 0.3 decimals for the second evaluation. So those will be for team 2. So I got Omar and Ismael. If someone else participated or are in team number 2, go ahead and write your names on the chat. And then for the rest of you, don't think that I'm gonna leave you with nothing else to have. Actually, thank you everyone for being participating, and more than just winning, it's all about reviewing, right? Reviewing our topics, maybe even test ourselves how much did we got from the 4 units, and even some things that we can remember, right? So everyone else, I would need for you to raise your hand. First of all, that way I can take attendance with your hand raised, and also give you a 0.1 decimal for your third evaluation. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it is a lot. So I will give you your decimal just because you were here. So we have David, and also this is for for me to take roll, okay? So David, Claudia, and then we have Octavio. Okay. Daniela, Alan, and then Wendy. So Wendy, I think you're from team 2, or no? Team 2, no. Yvette, Ismael. Ismael, you are from, oh, I already have you. Armando. Jonathan, Jasmine. Don't lower your hands yet. Please hold on for a moment, so I won't lose your assistance. Jasmine, Samuel, okay. Pablo, Fernando, Paola, and I got Yvette. So I think I have 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 people. And then Omar, And Aaron, are you here?
Oh, yes, teacher, I'm here.
Yes.
But I don't know why my hand doesn't want to rise up.
Okay, no, don't you worry. I got you. Okay. So yeah, you can lower your hands now. Assistant has been taken. And I think with this, guys, we will conclude our class for today. Just a quick announcements before we leave. I want to emphasize that tomorrow we will start with our speaking test. People, for tomorrow, be prepared. Make sure that your cameras work, and also make sure that everything is ready for tomorrow. Okay. Um, if you're not doing your test, if you're not having the speaking test like right away at 1 p.m., don't forget that I will still share the link for the first the writing test. Okay, even though that you are not called yet, you can start working on the writing test at 1. And then the rest of you, you can maybe just take a break, prepare yourself for the test, and we will see you on Wednesday, okay? So same dynamic as before. The only change is cameras on. And also, don't forget to continue with Cambridge. Everything is there. Unit 4, it's available. Unit 8, I'm sorry. Remember, Unit 8, it's due for today. I gave one more day because I actually posted late. So today is the due date for Unit 8. That way you can go ahead and work on it. And I think that's pretty much it. So I don't know, do you have questions, comments, suggestions, complaints?
Yes, teacher, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So tomorrow I will not be taking my speaking test, but can I take my writing test, even though it's
Of
not my day?
course. Yes, definitely. If you want to go ahead and work on the writing test, even it's not the day of the testing for you, you are more than welcome to do so. Yes.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, guys? Thumbs up if everything is clear. Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, that'll be all for today's class. Thank you so much for being here on this review day, and I will see you guys tomorrow or Wednesday, depending. So have a good one. Be preparing yourselves. Also on Thursday, remember reading and listening tests will be done. So have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher. Thank
Thank you,
you.
teacher. See you later.
See you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Thank you, teacher. Take care.
Thank you, guys. You too. Have a good one.